guys, and welcome back to All Flips and Builds. In this video, I'm going to be building an LED base for this camera. The story behind this camera is it's actually my older brother's camera. He is getting married and I'm kind of gifting it back to him as a wedding gift. The idea behind this is this was the first ever camera that he ever owned, and he started a real estate photography company. Currently, that real estate photography company is #1 in Pennsylvania, and he's absolutely crushing it. I don't think that he even knows this camera still exists out there. My younger brother actually had it and mailed it over to me and asked if I could build this LED box. I think it's going to turn out super awesome. I'm super confident on the woodworking side, at least with my abilities. I think that it's not going to be that difficult to do, but on the electrical side, we might cause a fire in this video. Who knows? But basically, I bought this box originally and thought that this would be a pretty cool fit, but I do want to add these little brackets on here with his company name on it, and on here it's going to say where it began, and then on the back, from me and my younger brother, it's going to say love Tristan and Sebastian. So I think that would be pretty cool little features to add on there, especially with the LED light. It's going to really bring this project to life, and I think it's going to be something that he wants to keep in his office back in Pennsylvania and kind of look at, you know, hey, that's the camera that started this company. So we think it's going to be a super sweet gift to give him. But with all that being said, let's get straight into the video.
Kobe.
Okay, so the first thing that I needed to do was copy the dimensions of the frame onto my wood base and then cut it out.
Bruh.
The LED lights that I'm using are actually meant for indoor use, so I had to cut off the drywall inserts to make them work for this project. To test out the base, I wanted to get a better idea of the layout, so I went ahead and cut a few extra pieces of wood. Once I had a good understanding of how the electrical box worked, it was time to hook it up.
So I'm hoping I can cut this portion off here and everything kind of plugs in here. So I'll get a ground, a neutral, and a hot wire all encompassed inside of this. So hopefully that works out, but let's cut it and find out. And it looks like doesn't look good. Just 2 wires in there. I don't know what that means.
This small clamp secures the wire to prevent it from becoming disconnected later on. It easily screws onto the housing box, and you can tighten it down around the electrical wire for added stability. Since there were only 2 wires, I just connected one to the hot terminal and the other to the neutral.
Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, so the idea is to just hook the light up like so, and then plug it in and it should just turn on. If it goes dark in here, we tripped the breaker and it didn't work. Nice, very nice. Cool. Okay, so I tried the light underneath the camera and it just doesn't really work that good, and I don't think it gives it that like wow factor that I'm looking for. So I've changed it up a little bit. What I think is I'm gonna add the original base to a piece of wood. That way we can add the plaques on there, and this will fit on there properly. And then encase this light in a piece of wood and then set it on top. And I think the light being on top is gonna give it a lot more wow factor. I don't know if you can see that pretty good, but it just really makes this whole project pop. So let's go ahead and give that a try, see if it works, and if it looks pretty good, we'll roll with that. So this actually came with a whole template. I'm gonna trace that on here and then use my router to cut it out to the depth of this, and then hopefully that sits in there properly. Okay, so it went all the way through, which now that I'm looking at it, like, it's kind of inevitable. So what I'm gonna try to do is drill the hole for this wire to go through, and then we're gonna have to come up with something creative to put on top. Maybe, we'll see. Or start from square one. Either or, we'll see. It's pretty good. That looks a little not good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean up all this, make room for some spray paint, and then we're gonna see if we can salvage this and see if we can fix it. If not, we're gonna have to redo it. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Once I fixed the hole, I sanded everything down to make it smooth, and then I wiped it down with a wet rag to prepare the surface for painting. So for the spray paint, I originally chose this matte black color, but once it dried, it had a blue tint to it. So I went to Lowe's and I purchased a solid black spray paint, which turned out much better. To assemble everything, I use Gorilla Glue. It is very strong and it dries clear. So once it dries, it is barely noticeable. As I finish up the assembly on this frame, I just wanted to remind you to hit that subscribe button and help us on our goal to 10,000 subscribers. And don't forget to stick around to the very end of the video to see the final results.